Welcome to the Rustic Garden Homestead. This video is all about worms. How do you get more worms in your garden? How do you really create great soil for microbes, for the worms, for your plants to thrive? It's pretty straightforward, but sometimes we tend to overthink what are we doing for our garden soil. So I'm going to show you how I set up my soil every year to bring in more worms. In some cases, I'm not even turning or digging my garden soil. I'll talk about that. It's just work you don't have to do, but it's going to be the best soil ever. And it's where I've been planting my tomato plants for the last 5 years. I haven't turned that soil. First year or two, maybe you turn your soil, get it set up. But after that, just putting down organic mulch, using compost really brings the worms in. Let me show you examples of what I'm talking about. Just real quick, I did a much closer dig into the space right here and found all of these worms. So I'll say it again, the organic matter, the mulching really makes a difference, but look how beautiful they are. This is actually the 7th growing season for this garden since we moved to the homestead. And for the last 5 years, we're going up to my tomato beds, I have not turned the soil. Again, like I was saying, first 2 years, depending on what your soil's like, maybe you have to turn it. So after I took care of this, I just let the bed sit. There's no need to keep turning the soil. That does disturb microbes and earthworms, but if you're just using a shovel, it's not that bad, but there's no need to do it. At the end of the season, sometime in November, I put down a bunch of leaves. I do that every time. The first tip really is at the end of the year, put down, I always say like organic mulch, it's all organic. What I mean to say is put down organic matter. Any kind of material that's gonna break down, hold moisture, something the worms can feed on, you just want to put that down at the end of the fall. Worms will come up to this, they will eat it, they will digest it, this will break down, they'll tunnel, they'll move around, they'll loosen your soil, they'll spread worm castings, they actually eat earth in some capacity when they're moving around, or they kind of press their way through with their nose essentially and kind of expand and contract. Aerate the space, combination of both. But all that activity is going to happen while your garden is sitting at rest. And it's going to put in nutrients and it's going to aerate the soil and things are going to be great. First step, just put down the organic mulch or organic matter. Could be shredded hardwood. You don't want big clumpy pieces of wood. If you're going to use wood, you want something that's double or triple shredded, or you want to use leaves, straw, or hay. This is the second bed. It's going to need some light weeding. Let's go over to where I've already planted. I just did a video on planting your tomato plants, getting an early start, talking about the planting hole. I will link that, check that out if you want to see how I planted these guys. So everything you see here mulch-wise was put down in the fall. And just real quick, when you're going to put in your transplant, because it's still cool here in Maryland, move the mulch away and let the sun warm up the area. That's for the tomato plant. But the beauty of all this is when you get into the mulch and you move it away, let's see, you're gonna find right here worms. In the process of digging and moving around, there's one already on the surface. There's another one right there. This is how you bring worms to the garden. And they move pretty quick. On the surface, they can really go far, but they're gonna move several feet around and just really take care of the soil. Now, when we dig in, I'm hoping there's a good amount of worms in there. There's another one. And just look at everything that's in there. 1, 2, we break this up. There's probably more. There's some, here's one up here. I mean, you can just see the number of worms just in this small space. There's more. And that's what they do, is they just tunnel around and they spread worm castings, which are great for your vegetable plants. They aerate the soil. There's no need for me to dig or turn this. And sometimes we tend to overthink things, and it's kind of heavy. I mean, I can push the shovel into there, turn it over, you'll see More worms right in there. We break this up. I don't know how many we're gonna find. There's one. I know we saw 3. There's gotta be another one in here. There's another one right there. You don't have to have perfectly loose, super fluffy soil for your earth beds. This is what your plants are gonna thrive in. Let nature do the work. So just putting down a mulch that the worms are gonna love really brings them to your garden. It's that simple. You just do this at the end of the fall. Now come spring, maybe it broke down, maybe it blew away. Get your plants planted. Once they're growing, soil's warm, plants look good, you bring back mulching. And that would be the second thing. Use grass clippings, you put down about 1 inch or 2. Keep the mulch layer going. That keeps the moisture under the mulch that you're using. The moisture is great for the plants, great for microbes, great for the worms. That's what they're looking for. We go through here, you'll see there's different insects in there. There's a worm right away, right on the surface. Nice and moist, crumbly, just filled with great stuff for your plants. And again, let's dig in here, see what pops up. There's a worm right away. And if you know, there's another worm right down here coming out of the ground. There's a third worm. If you take your shovel, put it in like that, and you're finding, 3 to 5 worms, there's another one popping out right in there, hard to see. 3 to 5 worms, you got plenty. Creates moisture over the summer. Worms like the moisture, they need the moisture. That's how they kind of drink, so to speak. So if the soil is baking and gets too hot, to like 100 degrees from the sun baking down that top couple of inches, there's no moisture, they're not gonna come up here. They're gonna go deeper, they're gonna move around. So use that mulch. I know that I keep saying that, but people forget, this is free, this is simple. This brings the worms, as the organic matter breaks down, feeds the microbes, feeds the plants. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about was the no-dig style. I have not turned these beds for 5 years. This is the 5th year of doing that. And here's the previous tomato plant. I don't even pull the roots out. I just cut it off, leave the roots in there, and then if you check out the video that I'm putting in the video description, when I go to plant, I just dig a planting hole. I go right in there next to it. The roots staying there will break down. Worms will eat the roots, aerates the soil. It just creates a great growing environment for your tomato plants in this case, or any of your vegetables. You just don't need super fluffy, overworked, perlite filled, peat moss filled soil. This is earth. The top looks great. I mean, it's just full of the organic matter. And when it rains, it washes deeper into the soil. We're just talking about the top really 6-12 inches is where the plants get most of the nutrients. And the worms are always moving through there, leaving behind castings. Tomatoes send out tons of surface roots. So they're gonna be accessing everything that's just sitting up here. There's another worm coming up. They're gonna access all the nutrients here. So you can really save a lot of money just by simply putting down your mulches, the organic matter, from fall to spring, or to when you plant. It's gonna be active with microbes and worms, getting the soil ready, regenerated for your plants. Here's one more area, and let's clear back everything, because I want to just show you, we have the bigger stuff up here, stuff is starting to break down, and then when you get right onto the surface, it's broken down even more. It is just filled with everything that your plants are going to want. And let's do the quick test again. There's a worm already coming up. That's what you're looking for. Hanging out halfway in the soil, eating the organic matter, leaving behind castings, and then we'll go in. Let's do the worm test. Turn it over, and I already see. There's one large earthworm. There's 2. There's 3. mean, these are good sized worms. So that's like, what, 3 in there. There's, I don't know if we counted that one, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. So this bed is full of worms. That's what you're going for. And again, you know, I just wanted to stress the simplest way to bring in worms is, of course, the mulch. You don't have to turn your beds. This is an example of beds that have been sitting now 5 years. Let nature do what it needs to do. Put in your transplants. You'll spend less money on fertilizers. The plants will love it. The microbes will be there. The worms will be there, and your plants are going to thrive. This is another one of my tomato beds. And just by the way, in a home garden, you don't have to rotate your tomato plants. Fungal diseases that float in the air, insects that find your plants. If I move my tomato plants from here, you know, over to the other side of the garden, they're going to find it. The only reason you may want to move your tomato plants, that if you have a verified soil issue that impacts the plants in some capacity. Otherwise, just leave them there. These have been growing here for 7 years. This is double shredded hardwood. You know, these big clumps are never going to break down. So if you're using big clumps of wood for your mulch, you're not going to really get the benefit of worms being able to eat that. However, it will create moisture. Worms will hang around. So I used a double shredded hardwood. It's a little drier here. There's a worm right there. So there he goes. So if you use the mulch, you're going to get the worms. Again, this area is a little bit drier, but let's just see what's in here. And when we pop that out, there's one right there, the one I found earlier. There's one up here. You know, that's 3. The moisture is the key. So if you let, again, the soil dry out, the heat gets to it from the sun, you're not going to have as many worms. This bed here is ready for more organic matter. Because the worms really can't enjoy this like they are the leaves, there might be less here. This works, but the grass clippings, the leaves, anything that breaks down into little particles, easy for the worms to eat, they're really going to love that, and they're going to thrive. Final tip is I use the shredded hardwood throughout my paths. I also at times will put down hay, straw, you know, stuff that I'm just buying year to year. That breaks down. Worms will come to it, and they move around at night all over the place. So they can be getting fed out of your paths, bringing the nutrients into the garden. The plant roots are going to move over here. That's why you don't want to overspray your paths, because the roots do come out. But you can create a great worm haven by using mulches in your paths, giving the paths food for the worms to eat, straw, leaves, sprinkling down some grass clippings, and then the whole space becomes a haven for worms, and they add to your soil. And it's just a beautiful way to grow, because you let nature do the work. I like how it looks. I like the paths. You're not spending crazy amounts of money on organic fertilizers and composts. You're just using the organic matter that's on your property. These are my pepper transplants. I grew these in the greenhouse in the house, and I put them in, I don't know, maybe last week or something like that. This bed has not been mulched as much as the beds I just showed you. So it rained last night. Soil looks good, but to stress the point, a hot day with full sun is going to dry this out quickly. It's going to begin to heat up. That top 5-10 centimeters, 2 to 4 inches, can get really hot. Worms don't like the heat. They need the moisture. They're going to go down deeper. They're not going to be hanging around as much. So this year, this is going to be a future pepper bed now. This bed's all ready to be a no-dig bed. I'm going to be putting down the mulch. Right now I'm not putting anything down because it's still April. I want the ground to be warm, let the roots grow for these pepper plants. But in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll be putting down the mulch. Let's just take a look to see what kind of activity we have in here for the worms. So We'll break it up over here. There's one worm. So there's only one. And I don't know, like I have the earthworms. I'm like hoping this isn't the invasive worm. I don't know. I don't have jumping worms. These don't jump. But I always wonder what this dark looking worm is. And you can see that without the mulch, I only found one worm. Doesn't mean this is bad soil, but if you're not putting down the organic matter, you're gonna have fewer worms in your bed. The beds are gonna dry out quicker. You have to water more. There's less nutrients because there's not that activity from the worms. So you're really just missing out. Mulch is the key. Thanks so much for watching. I just wanna say I am not AI, and I've been saying this in lots of videos lately. Please subscribe to your garden content creators you enjoy. It really makes a difference. How do you know I'm not AI? One, the camera shakes. Two, my hands are dirty. I get dirty. I'm imperfect. My garden's imperfect. I'm gonna teach you how to grow with some, tips and tricks, but nothing that you just snap your fingers and stuff grows. Or I'm not gonna show you silly ways to plant potatoes where these magic chambers open and you can just pull down the side of a milk crate and harvest potatoes. That just doesn't happen. You have to really put in some effort into your garden and it pays off. But don't get fooled by all these AI videos. Again, thanks for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. I sell tomato and pepper seeds, $1.75 a pack. All other seeds are only $1.50. Organic matter, mulching makes all the difference for bringing worms to your garden.